Meet the animals at Red Lake Rosie's Rescue. Red Lake Rosie's Rescue is a 501c3 nonprofit organization which was formed on February 6, 2006. The rescue shelter is located on the Red Lake Indian Reservation in northwestern Minnesota. The goals at Red Lake Rosie's Rescue are threefold: to rescue and find homes for the animals in need, to facilitate spay, neuter, and medical care, and to provide humane education to the residents of the Red Lake Reservation. In 2009, Red Lake Rosie's rescued 859 animals. You are listening to Karen Good talk about Red Lake Rosie's Rescue.
Well, being a teacher in Red Lake, I've been a teacher. I'm now retiring, but I've been there for 22 years. And in the process of driving to work, every day I'd see the needs of the animals, the dogs in particular, that weren't being cared for, there was just overpopulation and problems that come with that, starvation and disease and so on. So about 6 years ago, well, I would rescue an animal now and then, but we really didn't have any place to take them, or it was limited. We didn't have a vision that we could expand as far as we had. We just saw the local humane societies, and they weren't real responsive. They weren't able to take animals very often, so a lot of times we just had to turn our head when we'd see these animals. There was nothing we could do. Maybe we would put some food at the dumpster, at the garbage dumpsters to feed them. That's about all we could do. There was another lady that was with me. Her name is Polly, and her and I were pretty much doing that on a small scale. And then we made a decision, well, it was after the school shooting that I really jumped in with both feet and decided that I was going to try to make a change at Red Lake by working with the animals. So that's kind of how it started. We've done different things. We've done we're attacking overpopulation by neuter spay clinics, and we have 5 this year scheduled where we neuter and spay community animals and also do the immunizations and worm and give them flea and tick treatments, and occasionally then we also are able to help severely injured animals. We work closely with Animal Arc, Aiken Hills Pet Hospital, and now MinSnap. Dr. Kim Culbertson will be coming up in May for clinics. So those are connections. When we don't have the clinics available, then we use the local vets. Our reservation, I heard now that the unemployment rate can be as high as 70% at this point. I know in our literature we said it was 36%, but with the hard economic times, it's even worse than that. And so we're seeing a lot of malnourishment with the animals. The dogs aren't they just don't even buy the food, or they don't have anything to eat. At clinics, we do give away food. If we notice animals that are coming in that are malnourished, we talk with them and give them food and try to, give them some information about nutrition. Or if they have too many animals, then we ask them, if they consider surrendering some to get it down to a manageable number that they can feed and take care of. I think anytime you feel powerless, if you have power over something, you feel, you hate to give up that power. Yeah, and sometimes it's not that hard. If they're disposing of animals at the dump, a lot of them, they send them out and leave them at the garbage dump, especially if they're injured. They just lay them out there and let them die. So they don't see it as a disposable thing where they'll take it to the dump. And although now more of them are coming to us or calling us. I have a cargo van there every day when I work, and I have crates in the van. And so people have a knowledge that if I'm at work and they can put their animal in my van. We also have a local committee that goes around and finds animals. We have an active committee of 4 women that work on in this area. And then sometimes at night, in the evenings, people drive animals out when they know I'm home. And if they're injured, they call because they don't have money per vet. And then usually we tell them we can't vet their animal, but if they'll surrender them, then we can get help to vet the animal. So then they make a decision as if they're going to surrender the animal or not. And about 50% of the time they do, and 50% of the time they choose to keep the animal in spite of the injury. But I mean, you wouldn't want to see an animal laying with the leg half tore off or something, hit by a car. Well, this is going on. I mean, even serious injuries, sometimes they won't relinquish the animal. You know, it's sad, but that's the way it is. Students report to me animal cruelty, and we do have gang activity going on at the reservation, and so you see that, you know, you have to see that cruelty aspect of it. And we do go into the school occasionally with animals. They did actually have pennies for pets. The elementary school raised funds for us for the last 2 years, and we were their favorite charity. And then when we go in, we take the animals in and meet the students and talk with them about the program. But now that I'm retiring, I'm thinking I may have more time to take animals to the classrooms and just, visit. When we have various health fairs and so on, we set up a booth at the health fairs and talk with people about the animal issues on the reservation. So, yeah, those are the types of things we do. Yeah, we want to make a difference. We want to have a sustained effort. We don't know. We wish that there was a way we could sustain it, get, younger people involved. And we're seeing on the outside with our Metro support team, we got some really young people that are coming up and spending weekends here from the Metro and just really, interested. I have one girl now that's a junior or a sophomore. She's coming to work on a school work program, and so she's not a real steady daily worker, but when she does come, she works and helps, at the shelter. So that's kind of interesting. And Minnesota may give me a youth slot this year again to have a youth worker come in and work the shelter during the summer. We have, in the roundhouse, we have this octagon where the cats are, and then there's a little addition on it where we have a private room where the animals don't go in. It's kind of for the guests that come. And so they can stay. It's like a hotel room. We got a refrigerator and a microwave, and then we have the bed. So that's available. We like exposure because that way we get more support. And so we welcome groups. We have a lot of people coming and going from the city, staying the weekend, and then taking transports. We do all our transports on emails with pictures and stories, and then we have groups taking the animals back. We sent out, we had 2 volunteers that came up last weekend, and they took 23 dogs and puppies and 2 cats out with them when they left. And this weekend, tomorrow, we have another transport. We're going to send out 10 or 11 dogs and puppies tomorrow. Phenomenal. It's on a continual basis. And some of these animals, like we found this litter, they're like feral dogs having litters in the woods. Dr. Vicky's Act 5 has really been helping us with injured animals. The vet bill, is exorbitant when you run this many animals. We try to neuter and spay all adult animals before we send them out. We heartworm test them because we have a very high rate of heartworm. And so we make sure that when we send an animal, we either treat them for heartworm and or the receiving organization knows about it and they're prepared to treat them. And so we try to be as honest as we can about that. And our dogs are special dogs because they're well socialized, because the dogs pretty much are walking around the reservation and they aren't contained, so they're interacting with a lot of dogs. So they have good social fiber in them. So we're trying to figure out the dehydration factor because summer is really tough on these animals. We need to water these animals, and we'll put out water, and the next time you come, they're dry. They don't even fill them up anymore because they're not watering. But we thought of different projects for watering and not to give up, No matter how poor you are, you got to water your animals. Most of the animals we get in are dehydrated. And some of the animals, it takes them a while to catch on that they're supposed to drink. We've got a really good network of people taking animals down there. Dee Dee has done so much for our animals. She is holding together the Pet Finder group. We have a group of volunteers down in the Metro who take our puppies and adopt them out and do home visits before they adopt them out to make sure that they're getting a good situation, get them all altered. That's the good part when you get the feedback on what's going on, and then you wait for the emails to see what happens on the other end, Well, I think that when the window was open to the world for us, it was really something we never knew could happen for these animals. It's like we're connected now. I mean, we never knew there was people out there to help. We didn't know about the the animal rights people or the shelters and rescues and all the people that are all over Minnesota that care about cats, dogs, rabbits, and all the companion animals that we have. And when we realized that, it was like the light just came in the darkness. Yeah, and so it's a blessing, you know.
Red Lake Rosie's Rescue relies on the support of animal lovers just like you who care about the caring lives of our fellow creatures.